Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101 coming up. Clash with Kenzie. We have some awesome tickets to give you if you beat Kenzie in trivia. So we'll let you know what those are shortly. We'll get you on the phones, like I say, in about 8 or 10 minutes. But first,
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
well, I was right there. It was 96 degrees at Wrigley Field when that game started. My wife was there, and Kenzie, your husband, was there. We weren't there. We were watching the kids while they enjoyed a baseball game. Isn't that nice of us?
I know, we're the best.
And we're so good. Angels, saints, if you will. And what a game they saw. First off, the Cubs did win 5-3 over the Brewers. First of the series of, obviously, monstrous rivalry. Bottom of the fifth. Cubs down 2-1 with the Brewers. And say ya.
High fly ball, left field, on its way, out of here. Pulls it in the air to left center, and Seiya will raise the roof.
He raises the roof, and the complicated legacy of whoop, there it is. We don't need to get into that every time, but the Cubs might want to rethink playing that.
It's really going to taint their legacy if they win the World Series this year.
If you want to go back to the podcast anytime you want to listen to it, it's there for you to understand the complicated legacy of whoop, there it is. But that wasn't even the finisher there. First off, Pete Crow Armstrong, MVP, made an outstanding defensive play, and then hits a home run of his own, and it sounded like this off the scoreboard, PCA.
Swing and a drive, right field, forget it, off the scoreboard. Oh, he crushed it.
And whoop, there it is. So Pete Crow Armstrong hits a 452-foot home run, a StatCast projected home run, the longest homer of his career and the longest for a Cubs player this season.
Wow.
And the blast was also the hardest hit ball, 111.5 miles per hour of his career. Insane. And if you remember, it seems like it's so long ago to try to remember, when that scoreboard wasn't there.
Yeah.
And that ball would have easily hit the second floor windows of the rooftops on Sheffield because it hit in the middle of the scoreboard. That scoreboard is big, that right field one. I remember getting angry back in the day when they built those because I was so nostalgic for the old Wrigley Field. I don't want those digital boards in left and right field. But I do like them now. Now I actually do enjoy having all those stats, and seeing the ball hit the scoreboard was probably in a way better than it going over onto the street.
I agree.
I used to
It
get...
has that oomph to it.
Yeah, I was really mad when they were in the remodel a decade ago and putting up those boards. I wanted just the old school, keep the park like it is. But then you remember, if you remember back in the day, the upper deck when you were sitting in a game was falling onto your head. The concrete, it was really in bad shape and needed the redo. So it was so cool to see that. Pete Crow Armstrong, 19 homers on the season, 58 RBIs, 23 stolen bases, 52 runs scored. And tonight was the fifth time, more stats for you. Tonight was the fifth time this season that PCA and Seiya both homered in the same game. Wild. So they'll do it again tonight. Now, talking about the White Sox game, Case came in and said the White Sox were winning at one point. They were. 1-0 in the bottom of the first.
That's right. And that's when I stopped watching the game.
Which is too bad because you missed. Actually, it's a really good thing because the Cardinals had a 5-run top of the second and took it 12-2, the sixth loss in a row for the White Sox. But again, I'll say this again. It's an awesome night for baseball like last night was. It won't be as warm, but get out there and get to the ballparks on the north and south side for that. Florida Panthers win their second straight Stanley Cup in a 5-1 romp. And, boy, the end of the game, Stanley Cup Finals, so many overtime matchups, and it sounded like this. More audio for you.
The fans rise here in Sunrise, Florida.
Back to back for the Cats.
The Panthers begin to celebrate. Panther perfection. The Florida Panthers win their second consecutive Stanley Cup.
Oh, that horn. It's good stuff. Remember when we used to hear that horn and big victories? For the second year in a row, the Florida Panthers have conquered the Edmonton Oilers and lifted the Stanley Cup, kings of the NHL. So back-to-back crowns have come at the expense of the Oilers, this time in 6 games after last year's 7-game classic. And it's 3 consecutive appearances in the Stanley Cup final. Florida has now officially become a dynasty. When you go 3 times and you win 2 of them, we've had this argument off the air about you have to win 3 to be a dynasty. And it does feel like winning 3 is a dynasty as opposed to just going the 3 and losing one of them. For example, our Blackhawks won 3 in that decade of the 2010s. And now, today, 10 years ago, was the last Blackhawks parade. I cannot believe that was 10 years ago. That's sad.
It's been a while since we've had something to celebrate.
Yeah. I mean, the Cubs are on fire. That's wonderful. And the Bears have a lot of promise this season.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a great season.
Oh, yeah, no, this is going to be the Bears here. They're really going to turn it
Don't
around
you be
this year.
sarcastic, Casey.
Yeah, no, I have faith in that organization. I always do. I love the way they handle their quarterbacks.
Well,
really good.
this year it's different.
Oh, yeah. No,
it's all different.
They just have a quarterback who says that he doesn't want to be on the team. But
that was years ago.
No, he's been in the league for 1 year.
It was 14 years ago he said that when he was in 7th grade.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
All right, get on the phones, 312-591-8300. You call right now for this to compete against Kenzie in trivia. You win, you get the tickets. But if Kenzie wins, we don't let her keep the tickets, so they'll go out no matter what. I know Kenzie wants to take these tickets and, bring all her family and friends there, but no, we will not let her do that.
Awesome.
To go see Jimmy Carr at the Chicago Theater. Hilarious, dude. It's Thursday, October 9th at the Chicago Theater from our great friends at Live Nation. So call 312-591-8300 right now to compete for these tickets. And here's what Jimmy Carr sounds like in his act. He is a funny dude.
I bought my girlfriend a bath bomb. I say that. Toaster. She was shocked. When my girlfriend found out I'd been drunk driving, she hit the roof. I was in Hong Kong. Their Chinatown is massive. Everyone in here's got a mobile phone, right? And they're incredible. They've done so much for us, but it has come at a price. They've robbed us of our ability to concentrate, those mobile phones, yeah? A good example last week, I had to do a simple piece of mental arithmetic. Of course, I couldn't do it in my head, needed the app on the phone. Before I'd even opened the calculator app, I checked my email, updated my Instagram, and hit a cyclist.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Let's get into it. Jimmy Carr tickets, hilarious dude at the Chicago Theater, Thursday, October 9th. There are some tickets on sale. These are free and first from our great friends at Live Nation, given to us to give to you in victory of Kenzie, if you beat Kenzie. Now, if she wins, we don't let her keep them. She still has to give them away. It's a sad situation. There's just no joy for her with free tickets in this situation. So, Nathan, you can grab them if you can beat her in trivia. Nathan, ahoy, tell us something about yourself.
Ahoy. I am from Glen Ellen. I have 2 kids, and we're leaving on a camping trip later this afternoon, so trying to get prepped for that today.
What inspired this camping journey?
Oh, we went camping growing up, and the idea of it sounded good, but now prepping for
the
it.
reality.
A little nervous.
Yeah, the family room sounds cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, the air conditioner, right?
Yeah. I never went camping in my life. My dad wasn't a camping guy, and now I feel like I've missed out. Like I want to go camping, but then I think about it and I go, ugh. I don't know if I'd want to go camping. I just don't think I'd want to sit on the ground. And also, I saw the Blair Witch Project scares the hell out of me, so I can't deal.
Thank you. Are you going to make this worse for it? What else are you putting in his head? What are you doing?
You know what?
It's already scary as to camp with children. You're going to throw out the Blair Witch?
That was really mean in hindsight.
Well, just thinking about his situation and my situation if I was in that situation.
Because I don't think Nathan was thinking about Blair Witch, but now he's going to have to think about Blair Witch.
Were you thinking about the Blair Witch?
Oh, always.
All right, let's play trivia.
All right, first one to 5 wins.
Which always.
Not in your living room, don't think about the Blair Witch.
Always.
Only in the woods. So first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails. Nathan.
Tails.
It is tails. Here we go.
Yeah, give him a win. Good Lord. He needs
Here's the win. Question number 1. Who is known for saying, only you can prevent forest fires?
Oh, that's got to be Smokey.
That's Smokey the Bear, indeed. Is appropriate.
Not his full legal name. You said Smokey, but okay.
Well, when you know Smokey like I know Smokey, you can say
On a
Smokey.
personal level.
He's a friend of mine.
Make sure to give your kids that speech this weekend, by the way.
It's not the Smokey from Friday, which Case has now seen the movie Friday and understands Smokey.
That's right. I should have been sitting on a porch my whole life.
Oh.
What fun. 1-0. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, what type of French fry does Arby's produce that has an orange hue?
Whoa. They have the curly fry.
That's right, the curly
Okay.
fries. It was kind of a trick question. from
Not a
Case
trick
there.
question. It's a straightforward question.
Well, I mean,
Well, I was worried you were going to be like, what's the exact seasoning? Like, I didn't know what you meant. Okay, good.
all right, back to Nathan.
Yes, 1-1.
The buns on a McGriddle are made to represent what type of breakfast item?
Oh, like a pancake?
Like a pancake is right. Good job,
You
Nathan.
hungry last night, Case? For any questions?
Exactly.
All right. I know. You're right. We never talk about food on this show.
Yeah, like, how many calories makes the average person happy? No. All right,
Jesus.
all right, Kenzie. You
The
get this,
limit does not exist.
this is the Kenzie.
This is 2-1. It's back to Kenzie.
Kenzie, how many miles does one drive in the Indy 500?
Was it 500?
It is 500. She's questioning herself on that one.
Well, like, what if that's kilometers? It could have been a trick.
I don't think Indiana uses kilometers. No offense to Indiana, because I don't like them either. I hate the metric system, but
Yeah, why would we be on the same thing that the rest of the world is on?
yeah.
It's so confusing. You guys, the metric system is ruining my life. You don't understand. We need to be on the same page as the rest of the world. It's so difficult.
Then the rest of the world should just change to our system.
Yeah,
F the
I just
metric
wish
system.
I grew up understand. I have no concept when someone says a kilometer. I'm like, that could be anything. I have no. I got nothing.
Do I want to say I'm 2 meters tall? No. Sounds
I don't
stupid.
even know. Like, that's what I mean. I don't know if a meter is like a foot or a mile. I got nothing.
What do you think it is?
26 feet. I don't know. I mean, it means
Exactly
nothing
right.
to me.
Point to Kenzie. So is it 2-2?
It's 2-2, and it's back to Nathan.
Nathan, what racing league is being represented in an upcoming Brad Pitt film?
F1.
F1 is right. It looks amazing, that movie. So Nathan's got 3. Back to Kenzie. Which U.S. president walked down the aisle with a 3 months pregnant Nancy?
Oh. Who was married to Nancy?
No.
Oh, was it the actor? Was it Reagan?
It was Reagan, the actor. People used to say it like that, too, when he went, oh, he's the actor. Now
The
he's the
actor.
president. The actor. I didn't know that. That he was a shotgun wedding.
Yeah, that he was a center.
I didn't know that either.
He who cast the first stone.
No kidding, Mr.
He's
Purity,
not the
Ronald
Pope.
Reagan.
He's the president. Relax.
Makes him
Because
kind
he
of.
married her.
It makes it kind of cooler.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know if it does.
Well, they were married for like 800 years. I mean, I think it worked out.
What's the thing is he married her.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares at that
He
point?
didn't go out for cigarettes and not come back.
He didn't pull an Elon. I mean, come on.
He became president. It worked out. All right.
All right, 3-3. It's back to Nathan.
Nathan. Are you still there, Nathan?
Oh, yeah.
I just want to make sure. All right, Nathan, here we go.
God.
We're getting sidetracked a little bit here. Nathan, after completing his time in office, which U.S. president picked up painting portraits of world leaders as a hobby?
Is that George W.?
It's George W. So Nathan's got 4. Back to Kenzie. Mongoose, Huffy, and Schwinn are brands of what?
Bye.
The Schwinn gave it away, I think. Maybe you would have known
No,
Huffy.
no. My brother had a Huffy.
Yeah. Huffy,
He got mad
Mongoose.
because I used to call him Hefty. I was like, Hefty on his Huffy, and he'd get mad.
Wow. Good one. So now it's
He
tied
didn't
up
think so.
4-4, but next one wins.
4-4. It's back to Nathan. He can win with the correct answer.
Nathan, what is recommended for your car after driving 5,000 to 7,500 miles? What's recommended?
Probably an oil change.
An oil change is right.
That's so random.
Oh, that's great. Case is confused on why we think that's a funny question.
Because, like, what else is recommended for your car randomly?
I don't know. Dishwasher, or not dishwasher.
Put dishwasher fluid in?
I was going to say windshield fluid.
Can you tell Case doesn't own a car?
Yep.
Yep, there you go.
All right.
All right, Nathan, congratulations. You won.
Awesome. Thank you.
So hopefully the camping trip goes okay. The Blair Witch doesn't come out and kill you all. And you'll go see Jimmy Carr at the Chicago Theater later this year in October.
Sounds great. Thank you.
All right, have fun camping. Case will take care of you on the phones. Now, remember, for everybody else coming up a half hour away, actually, I shouldn't say that, 20 minutes away, 7:50 a.m., the 21 Pilots Song Scramble. 21 Pilots tickets coming up at 7:50.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. So 7:50, just about 15 minutes away, we will have 21 Pilots tickets at Tinley Park. A song scramble is set to go. I don't know if it's tougher than yesterday or not. I'm kind of confused on it because I thought yesterday's was pretty tough, and it certainly was tougher than Monday's. You unscramble 3 songs, flipped around, reversed in about 6 seconds. You give it to us in order, first person through, gets those highly sought after 21 Pilots tickets. The sale goes on for the general on sale is Friday at 10 a.m. But first, before we get there, some breaking news, a follow-up to a story that we broke here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 about a teacher in Downers Grove. Here is the report from WGN.
A former Downers Grove South High School teacher is facing 52 new sex charges against a student. 30-year-old Christina Formella is now indicted on aggravated criminal sexual assault, aggravated criminal sexual abuse, indecent solicitation of a child, and grooming. The DuPage County State's Attorney says the abuse began in January of 2023, continued through August and September of last year. Formella is accused of sending the victim text messages that were grooming in nature. She and the victim allegedly engaged in sexual acts at school and at her home. A judge today denied the prosecution's request to detain her while awaiting trial. She was first charged in March. Formella was the boys' soccer coach and tutor.
So we talked about this in March, where she basically got busted because the kid went to get his phone, a new phone at the store, and the mom saw the text messages, and he kind of said what was going on. They go to the police station, and then she got arrested. He was 14 when this started. I think she's in her 30s, somewhere around there.
Yes.
And now all of a sudden, these charges came through. It's been a few months, and she claims it was a conspiracy against her because she's just too hot.
That's what she said, by the way. Brian's not adding inappropriate commentary. That was her legal defense.
Yeah, and she is attractive. But the 14-year-old now he's probably like
predator.
That's right. Because a lot of people would be like, in the bro world of a high-fiving, they're like, oh, that's cool.
No.
But no, it's not. It's a predator. And 52 extra charges now just added on. So she denied
52 extra charges.
Yeah, 52. I don't have the list of all what they were, but obviously they're all related to the situation of contacting a minor, grooming, and having a relationship in the school.
That sounds like they found out she was talking to another person. I mean, 52.
I don't know. It doesn't say that. I think it's just with this kid right now. It sounds like a lot. I agree.
Wow.
She's also said the evidence that Formella told the boy she did not intend to marry her husband, that her husband was having an affair with her best friend and was going to leave her, and then she would have millions of dollars.
Wait, hold on.
That's what she was telling the kid.
So she told the kid, and they have the text messages to prove it?
Apparently.
So she was telling the kid, I'm not going to marry the, at the time, boyfriend because he's cheating with my best friend?
With her best friend, and was going to leave her, and then she would have millions of dollars somehow. I don't know if the guy's a millionaire or not.
How would she get millions of dollars in that scenario?
Yeah, I mean, maybe the guy has millions of dollars. Maybe in a lawsuit somehow, maybe a divorce settlement. Who knows? He didn't. I don't know if you have to tell a 14 or 16-year-old how you get the money.
Well, I'm wondering now, was she telling the 14-year-old to play the long game and be like, if you just wait this out, I'll have millions of dollars one day?
It sounds like that.
She was probably trying to entice him. It sounds like in a lot of ways. Like, I'll take care of you. Don't worry. Like.
Oh,
I don't know. Maybe she was like, I'll pay for your college.
That's fascinating. Why would you not just hang out with like an adult and say that you could have millions of dollars?
Yeah, I mean, when I was 15, I thought $1,000 I could live on that the rest of my life.
Of course.
So she said millions. I'm like, whoa. I wouldn't even know how to process millions of dollars.
Yeah, she could have also hung out with her husband. She could have done that too.
She could have done that. It would have been a better move.
There are actually so many things she could have done other than hang out with a child.
Yeah, everything, all her choices were wrong.
Not
all of them.
Literally all of them.
Were bad. And now, as we said, when it first happened, there was some, not mystery to it, but at least like, oh, this could happen, but maybe it was a mistake. It doesn't sound like a mistake now. When 52 charges were put through in court yesterday.
Right, like if this whole thing was a conspiracy, I think by now it would have been like, if it was like, these are AI-generated messages, I think that would have been debunked at this point in time.
Yeah.
So it's 20 counts of criminal sexual assault, 20 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse, 6 counts of indecent solicitation of a child, and 6 counts of grooming, according to investigators. So I'm now wondering if for every meetup they would have had, because they said it happened both in school and at her home, if she's getting charged for sexual assault for each of those encounters.
I guarantee it's a separate occasion of assault. It's a separate occasion with a minor. Who cares if it's the same one? You don't go, it's one person. Like, that's continuous. Good Lord. I can't tell if we're reading the Diddy list or her.
She faces 60 years in prison. 60. If it all goes through with all those charges.
Gets life in prison. I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah, if it's all proven correct, obviously it's disgusting and horrible. And I know people in that area. We hear a lot from people in that area talking about this story in Downers Grove South, Downers South teacher. So there's the update. Now, the good news that we're done with that for a second. Put that aside and focus on 21 Pilots, just over 10 minutes away. Tickets to 21 Pilots coming your way in a song scramble.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.